What's going on, you guys? It's me, AnarchYxNinja. Today, we're here to talk about Kenobi. So I, of course, picked Kenobi. But, what was this? Episode 5? I think it was episode 5. Just came out and, oh, look, there's Vader! Oh my god, I wonder why. But, anyway, what are my thoughts on it? We're gonna get right into it. But, overall, I enjoyed this episode a lot more. Don't know if it's my favorite.
Red soil.
I still think episode 3 might be. Oh god, I have a band-aid on my my thumb, my aiming thumb, because I cut myself this morning first thing when I woke up. So yeah, this is gonna be a rough day. But anyway, I think I liked it a lot more than the last episode. I think that's pretty. Where'd they all go? Pretty easy to say, but I'm trying to think where I should begin my thoughts. Do you want the positive or the negative? There's some negative, not nearly as much as last fucking week. Let's put it that way, but. We just got flashbacks. Let's go. There's what people have been hoping for. And I was actually surprised to, how do you put it? I don't know how to explain it. Like, they put a lot of emphasis on the flashback, which I actually like. I thought it was going to be a little more quick since, obviously, Hayden's a little older than the last time he was there. But, you know, he clearly looked a little older than Annie would have at that time. But it's fine. It's flashback. No problem. I'm sure somebody out there will be mad about it. But, I mean, you want flashbacks, and then you expect them to magically look younger. And, oh, well, they could de-age them. Yeah, but we've all seen this show's budget so far, so. Anyway, no problem with that whatsoever. Love the scene. Best duel in here was them, honestly. But, what else? We got, I'm kind of jumping around the whole episode. We got, where did I even want to begin? You got the reveal of how Reva knows Vader. They didn't go into too much detail. Like, it did show Vader killing younglings, which is always a good day. I know it's a sensitive topic right now with what goes on in the U.S. Every YouTuber has to make that disclaimer. But I was actually surprised they showed it, to be honest. I really, with what's going on in the U.S., I didn't think they'd want to show it. But so Disney kind of surprised me with that, I'll be honest. They actually did surprise me. I didn't think they'd want to do that, but they did. But they still didn't really explain or go into any detail of how Reva knew Anakin was Vader. Like, I know she knows who Anakin was and that he's the one who killed the younglings, but that still doesn't necessarily mean she would know that was Vader. But either way, that's not as big of a deal to me. They explained a lot of it, but I thought they could have went into that a little more. Like, oh, maybe she saw him call him Vader or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We can kind of connect the dots from here, but she betrays him. So a lot of you predicted that. We kind of saw it coming, especially when she saw the Jedi logo in the Underground Railroad episode or 2 ago. Yeah, 2 episodes ago. So a lot of you guys were right on with that. Like, she's a little mad at Kenobi for training him. Like, why weren't you there? It's like, because I was getting raped, bitch. What the fuck you think, man? You think it was just easy on me? What the hell? But I liked the fight between them. Vader showed his big dick, if you will. But at the same time, the only thing I had a problem with in that fight was, aside from a couple swings looking a little weird, other than that, I don't really care. It's not even worth talking about. But I don't get why Vader left her alive. From, if this were real life standpoint. From, this is a Disney production and they want to probably have her alive for something else. I could understand, but from an actual, I just don't think Vader would have left her alive at that point. Like, I get earlier when he, on the last episode, went in and started choking her, but she was able to save herself by saying she had information that proved she's useless. Or, not useless. Oh my god, I kept talking straight at the same fucking time. Not useless, that she was important, but at this point, she exposed her plan. Vader now shows that he did know of it and was just kind of letting it go along, which I liked, so it didn't make Vader look dumb. But if that's the point, she's already proved her use, showed her colors, he's exposed that he knows, and I don't get why he would just stab her and let her live. I was like, okay, maybe he's leaving him for the Grand Inquisitor, but even then I'd be like, dude, just take it, man. It's your kill, Vader! Don't let him steal it! He's gonna butcher your KD! But no. So I was a little disappointed that she didn't die there. But again, these are just rumors, so I don't know how true they are or whether I'm just getting trolled. But some people have been saying there might be a Reva show, which I do not want in the slightest bit. But that might be why. But again, I think they would have had to shoot it better. I don't see Vader leaving her alive in this instance, so I didn't really agree with that. But in terms of where it's going to go from here now, I'm a little confused because Obi-Wan dropped the communicator, which, of course, Bail was just like, yo, I'm going to call and tell you everything in this fucking message, which I thought was a little interesting, but of course she finds it. And, I don't know how that's going to go. That's what left me a little confused. Like, clearly she knows that there's somebody important. She knows Owen. They met earlier. Oh, we're respecting 1v1s now? You guys are doing so fucking well. It's going to have to be a 2-game, I think, for this video. Oh, look, they're respecting 1v1. So now she knows. I would have to watch it back again. I only really watched it once, but how much did she find out in that message? She knows there's an important kid, or kids, and that Owen on Tatooine is one. It doesn't say, if I remember correct, that it's Vader's kid, but you could probably start connecting the dots, maybe. So I don't really get what she's gonna do. Like, what's your step? Are you gonna tell Vader? Are you gonna go after the kids yourself for revenge? Because she seems like she's, well, I mean, it doesn't seem, she is out for revenge, which I don't have a problem with. But I wouldn't go as far as to say that she's a good guy. She's just there for revenge. So she's kind of just doing her own thing. She's not like, I'm a Jedi again. It's kind of like, no, I just want to fuck you up, Vader. So if she somehow connects the dots that those are Vader's kids, she might then go after them to kill him, to try to make him feel some pain or just get revenge herself, frankly. Make her feel good. Are you going to do anything more, or are we just going to literally dash around and be bored out of our mind while we lose? Okay, we're going to just waste time. Love Heroes vs. Stones, by the way, if you couldn't tell.
There is no passion.
But again, Vader still, at this point, would not know those are his kids, and he can't find that out in terms of the show. But they could still show her trying to tell him that to get his attention. I don't know. But I'm a little confused as where that's going to go, man. Because you can't make the case she's going to rescue him. Because, I mean, nobody knows of him except kind of you now. So I don't know where that's really going to lead to. But you just die so we can start the next game, you guys. Come on, man. Jesus. This is why I hate this fucking game mode. You just got people start running around like, oh, I'm not trying. That's why I'm getting raped. By the way, good. Oh, he shot me. I thought I got hit with Kylo. So I'm a little confused on that. But I'm still a little torn on how this next fight between Kenobi and Vader is going to go. Because Kenobi, again, this episode really did not do anything that I would say warmed him up for a duel. I mean, you could say he remembered the flashbacks a little bit. Maybe that helped. He did use his saber to block some more blaster bolts. But again, to fight Darth Vader, I don't know if that's enough to wake him up. We still obviously haven't got the Qui-Gon conversation. So if I had to predict, it's either going to happen early on the last episode to help warm him up, or they're going to save it for a spoiler, or not a spoiler, for a cliffhanger, and then potentially leading into Season 2 if they want. Maybe they'll hear him talk real quick, like, oh my god, and then it ends. And then they're like, okay, let's carry this to the next season if we want to go down that route. So which I don't really like. But, yeah, it could be should we get Vader? Everybody loved Vader. I wonder why. Yeah, let's just get Vader, who cares? What else? I'm going to get in trouble for this because I love the Leia actress. She's doing a phenomenal job. But I even said this beforehand on the first episodes. I didn't want Leia to play a prominent role for so long. I kind of wanted her to serve her purpose, which was get Kenobi off Tatooine, which she did and did well. Let's move along from that. And they kind of are keeping her around, which I get in terms of the story. But personally, I would kind of rather her just go by the wayside now. But just like her being the one to open the gate, like it's like, all right, dude, like whatever. It's not a big deal, but I still kind of have those feelings from the first episode. I think we said it on the first reaction where I was like, I kind of want her to just do what she's gonna do and then go. You've served your purpose, but they're keeping her in there, which I'm not against. But if I could choose, I'd probably say go. And again, I love the Leia actress; she's doing a fantastic job, no problem. But, yeah. What else were we missing? Oh, and the Grand Inquisitor reveal. We talked about this. Like, I do not get where people were so fucking confused on what's gonna happen. I mean, this is Star Wars. Clearly, he's not dead. We know he's not dead. I don't even know why that was, like, up for discussion, frankly. I was like, I think it was after the third episode we even said, I think Vader knows he's still alive and he's just playing her right now. Which turned out to be true, which is good. I like that. But because he kept saying, I know what you want, and it's Grand Inquisitor, and she definitely didn't want that. But now that he's come out and said, I knew your plan, youngling, all along, like, do you think I was really that stupid to not notice? It was kind of obvious they were just kind of letting it go to kind of use her, I guess. But here we are. So I still don't get why everyone's so surprised. Like, that was not shocking to me in the slightest bit. But I'm glad he's alive, though. I actually liked his brief little conversation. Like, honestly, you know, I'm gonna go on record and say he's the Grand Inquisitor, not Reva. I mean, the actual real Grand Inquisitor has been in so few episodes and so little talking. But I actually like when he talks. He kind of has some of the best dialogue so far than anyone else in the show, to be honest, at this point. But so I'm glad he's back, and they didn't. There are people thinking he was on a, oh, there's two, and they looked at the same kind of, like, no, that is just so stupid. Like, he's just not dead. He got stabbed in the stomach. And then again, the problem, as much as I like his lines, I also had a problem with, he's like, oh, revenge is a powerful, what did he say? I forgot the exact words, but revenge can help keep you alive, you know, like, you're so angry, I'm gonna make sure I stay alive. And then they immediately just stab her and leave her. I was like, but, so you know she ain't gonna die. You literally just kind of told us. So that again, my biggest problem with the show is Reva getting left alive, or with this episode, I should say, is Reva getting left alive. I thought that was her time, but again, if it's true, they're gonna make a show about her. Oh God, I'm hoping we. No offense to Reva, but I hope she dies. No offense, but it's. I think it's time to go. I was getting excited. I did enjoy the fight. You know, there were a couple swings when he swung at the ground, when he finally did, and like. Indulge her in her little saber duel just to have some fun. But after that, I didn't really have a problem. Like, in one scene, it kind of looked like she maybe damaged him, but I don't think she did. I think that was just her activating the lightsaber. At most, I think it went through his cape, so I didn't have a problem. They didn't make Vader look bad, I would say, but because obviously, I don't think she even comes close to standing a fight against Vader. I don't even think Kenobi does at this point, but, you know, at least he's fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi. I really liked how in the beginning of that fight, all it was force. All he was just holding, like, come on, bitch. Like, he was just having fun. Like, just play with her a little bit. That's always a way of showing dominance, just kind of embarrassing your enemy. Like, dude, I don't even need a saber, bro. But, what else? I guess I didn't just hit you. I'm trying to think, what else is there? You rescued Lola. Okay, not that I care, but, you know, hey, we gotta sell those toys. It's all about the toys. Can we just, like, hit one another? Stamina. What else are we missing? Tala died. Okay. And for the people saying that droid was Rex, or not Rex, what was that big dude from the Clone Wars? Clearly, or not the Clone Wars. What's the show called? Bad Batch. Ah, there it is. I thought that would be interesting, but it didn't really work anymore because, like, why would he still be in character? You know, so clearly it's not. For those few people still wondering about that, that didn't happen. I'm a little disappointed Tala died, but for only one reason, because I wanted to see her meet the Mando at some point. That's the only reason. The Game of Thrones side of me. But other than that, yeah, we needed her to die. But they need to have some of these important characters. I don't even really want to call her important, but more main characters die, I guess, and she is a main character of the show, whether you like it or not. So we can't just have Wade dying. Nobody gives a shit about Wade, despite them really wanting us to give a shit about him. Like, nobody gave a shit, bro. Okay, who? Mr. I fly a very bad CGI snowspeeder. What else? If I had to find another problem, it's a minor thing, but when they land on the planet, I thought this shit was funny. They have all these stormtroopers coming out and like, yeah, we're gonna blast this door down, and they just, for some reason, can't do it, and they're like, we need to get in there now! And Reva's just standing there barking orders, and then she just uses the lightsaber to unlock the door, basically, like, so fucking easily. Like, well, why not do that in the beginning, bitch? Wouldn't that have been much simpler than wasting your time? But anyway, you know, I get it. It's for the dramaticness of the scene, almost stabbing Kenobi, blah, blah, blah. But that was a little funny. It's like, you want in, you have a weapon that can get you in incredibly easy, and yet you don't do it. Very interesting. Out of here, Wookiee. Oh my god, we got shot. We don't got stamina. What else? I always forget stuff in these because, you know, I don't take notes. I'm not one of those good YouTubers. So what am I missing? I'm a little. I guess we can talk about what I think's gonna happen next episode, because I really, like I said earlier, with the Reva finding out about the kids, kind of, or almost finding out. That's a little confusing. I don't really know. I'm assuming we're going to Tatooine. Hello, we're back on Tatooine. Somebody was like, we're going back to Tatooine for the last episode. It's like, you know, I think you were joking, but you're fucking right. So there we go. You know, I guess they use they're gonna put all the last episode's budget into the saber duel, I'm assuming. So let's hope anyway. Again, I don't really know how this fight's gonna go. Well, we know how the outcome's gonna have to be, unless they're gonna have another fight in a potential season 2, which I don't want. So let's end it here. So we all know Obi-Wan is gonna have to. I don't necessarily want to say defeat Vader, but kind of show him you're not as powerful as you think you are. You know, kind of like that whole episode, or the whole flashback, where they're kind of like, you still got a lot to learn. You're so focused on trying to win the fight, you're not really like paying attention to anything else. Does that make sense? I'm not really explaining it too well, but you know what I mean. You get the idea if you watched it. I'm still just confused. Like, in a way, it's a good thing. I kind of like being confused, so I can't just predict exactly what's gonna happen. But like, is Reva gonna tell Vader that he has kids? I mean, but that couldn't work. So then why would her going to Tatooine result in a Vader fight? See what I'm saying? So maybe she'll go to Tatooine for revenge, like we were kind of talking about a little earlier. Try to kill him. But again, if Vader doesn't know, that kind of defeats it. But she might just be doing it for her own, like just knowing she killed his younglings or whatever. Maybe with the intent to tell him afterwards. But maybe it will go along the lines of, she'll go there, Obi-Wan goes, stops her, takes her out before she can spill the beans, and then Vader shows up because he's tracking them, and then they have a fight. So you would still get the fight, but without him finding out about the kids. Maybe. I don't know. I need to watch better YouTubers speak on this. They always have good ideas that I miss. Oh. Still can't really pinpoint what I think's gonna happen. Maybe along those lines that I just said, but I don't really know. Well, Darth Vader's stuck. At least they didn't do that in the movie or the show. That'd be embarrassing. That is not where I was pointing, Vader, but okay. Stole my kill, grandson. I'm proud of you. That's what a good Sith Lord would do. I really did like, we didn't really talk about it too much, the flashback with Anakin and Vader. I really liked that whole duel. I was like, oh my god! Like the little, not emotional side, but like the, oh yeah! Like the fanboy side came out, and I was like, alright, they did it. I didn't think they did bad either. Still showing them. To me, they're hinting at this next saber duel. Like, he's gonna be so focused on trying to beat Kenobi, but again, I do kind of have a problem with that to a certain extent, because if they keep going down the path of Vader is just so bloodthirsty to kill him, then that would raise the question, why didn't he kill him on whatever other planet he was just on when he burned him? That wouldn't really make a lot of sense then, because I was under the impression he just let him go to let him suffer, but now he's like, I need Kenobi! It's like, well, you had him then! Make up your mind. Do you want him to get away and feel pain, or are you just gonna... So, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they finish this out, because it could go very well, or it could go very bad. They could contradict themselves, which I don't like, because if they make it that Vader couldn't get them because of fire, that's gonna, like, that's just stupid. Like, he should have no problem going through that fire at all, but that would be a problem. Again, we're gonna find out next episode, I guess, but I don't know. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Let me know what you thought. Put your ideas. What do you think's gonna happen next episode? But I think it's pretty obvious we're going back to the fucking sandy planet yet again. But it'll probably be visually cool, but CGI was a little wonky on this, by the way, too, on this episode. It was a cool scene. Let's talk about it real quick. Fuck it, we can keep going. Vader walking in and grabbing a ship. The CGI on it, the ship leaving, was absolutely horrible. But just seeing Vader pull the ship down and just tear it apart as a Battlefront 2 player, like, fuck, could we do that on this game, please? But, you know, we can't, obviously. That'd be too fun. Briefly, I'm a little confused. Well, I'm not confused. I know they needed to escape, but how does another ship that was slightly sitting in the darkness that we just couldn't see then escape? Wouldn't he just grab that one too? I guess his abilities were on cooldown. I don't know. Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts, and I'll see you guys later. About to start a stream, but the stream will already happen by the time this video goes up, so I don't even know why I said that. Bye. See you guys later.